welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a video, but today I'm going to be installing the rear fuel tank. I don't have all the parts yet. I'm waiting on a new gas line. I don't have the fuel pump, but I can install all that stuff later because I have an access hatch, make it easier, because everybody that's done a fuel pump knows pain without an access hatch. So I'm just gonna kind of go through how to put it in. I've read over the instructions plenty of times. I think I got it. We'll find out. So bear with me. Let's get started. Alright, so this is the Motobilt 22-gallon rear fuel tank for the JK. As you can see, I got everything painted. I got the brackets on. There was some excess rubber rubber to put on the skid plate, so the aluminum tank isn't rattling around and getting damaged while you're off-roading. Creates some, stops it from vibrating so much. So there's some excess, so I just put it on these top brackets. It doesn't say to do that. I just went ahead and did it just to provide some extra security. That way, you know, I'm not anywhere that metal's touching the aluminum. It's not going to vibrate and create a hole in it, because that can happen, since carbon steel is a much stronger, well, not stronger, but denser metal than aluminum. So I just have the plug here on this side. The I can't remember what it's called, but it goes to the evap. Put some threading on there. And then we have this one that goes to the fuel fill line. So I'll get some plumber's tape on there, make sure it's sealed, and show you how it all goes. Gonna tighten that up. Be right back. All right, so you do reuse the filler nozzle, but you have to cut it. I cut it. I mean, obviously this isn't all of it, but it was like that. Obviously I cut a little bend off, that way I have more of a straight tube. Motobilt sends you this 1.5 inch fill hose, 90 degrees, it's a little too big, so I ordered a 1-inch hose to obviously shrink down that, and then I can clamp it with a better seal. And obviously too big there, so, but for the sake of the video, I'm gonna put it on, tighten up the clamp as much as I can, and put it in, just because I have to put a hose on the end of this that attaches to here. So for the sake of the video, and for my sake, until that 90-degree arrives, just so I know how much of the hose I need to cut, and yeah. They also send you this it's like probably like a polyurethane hose. I don't know, it's not rubber, it's slightly plastic, but that goes here, and it actually returns back to the evap canister. And I know I'm supposed to put a little bit of Vaseline on these to make them go on better, but I don't have any. So, got that. Angle it that way. All set. Like I said, I'm gonna put this on just for the sake of getting an accurate amount cut on the hose for the breather line. I'm assuming that's what that is. Like the bio says, I'm an amateur, don't know a whole lot, know some stuff. And then this is the line Motobilt also sends you. Yeah, it's long. I think it's like 10 feet long. You're not gonna use all this unless you want to use it for reusing the factory fuel lines, which I'm not going to. I'm upgrading those because everything else is getting upgraded. So that slips on just like that. Obviously you cut. Yeah. One thing is Motobilt does send these, which I'm assuming are adapters, but I don't have any of the factory hosing, which I'd assume they wanted you to cut, put it on, clamp everywhere, which, you know, something like that. Factory hose clamps there, and then you put another one in, and it clamps in there. I'd just rather order a new hose. That's just me. So. And that doesn't work. Can't clamp metal. see how this goes. Yeah, see, it won't work. Yeah, so I'm just gonna wing it. Good. Good there. Now I'm gonna just put it into place. Alright, if you don't have one of these, highly recommend. Got it from Harbor Freight, like 70 bucks. Just attach it. It replaces the lift point on any jack stand, and it makes life easier because you can also raise up this, get a little more clearance out of it. Help me pull the factory gas tank out of the Jeep by myself while it had probably 15 gallons in it, and it just made life easier. So I actually already put the skid plate in place because there were a couple holes to drill, and I had to modify the rear bumper bracket just a little bit to get it in place, but I can kind of show you what I did. But highly recommend this spreader bar. Makes things so much more simpler when doing something like this. So it does use the factory rear sway bar mounts. And then back here on the passenger side, you actually do have to drill a hole. As you can see, I actually had to drill a hole right here. They say 1/2 inch. I was able to fit the bolt through on 3/8. So up to you. But I just, mainly because my bit started getting a little dull at the end there, but it did fit at 3/8. And then, as you can see, the factory sway bar links, which this doesn't work unless you have the Rock Jock anti-sway bar links or kit for the rear, which is what this is, minus the arms. So just get it bolted in. All right, now I'm just gonna thread it in. That way I can get the other side in and nothing is out of place. All right, and it's in. Spread bar. As you can see, the access hatch cut. Motobilt does send a, if you want it, you don't have to get it, but I do recommend it. They do send a hatch, access hatch for the fuel pump with this as an add-on. I would recommend it because you have to cut out this area because of the pan for all your spare tire stuff sits in here, and you have to cut that section out in order to get this in. So access hatch kind of clears up this ugly mess and makes it look good. So all right, that's it for today. Got the fuel tank in, bolted in. This is just the top plate right here for the fuel pump. Obviously I don't have it. Might get a cheap one next time. Just to put it in, and then next time I'll show you guys how to wire up the fuel pump connector, because it does need to be extended. I think it's like three or 4 feet from its original spot, because the fuel tank is further back, obviously. So that'll be for next time. Look for that video when I post it. So that's it for today. I'll have that 90-degree fuel fill line in. I had to put it through the tail light, roll tide, just because ADHD. But the fuel fill line won't fit through the fuel, the hole there, so I had to do the rear tail light. But I'll have that in place next time. Fuel access hatch cut out. I painted it, so it's just curing right now. So, but highly recommend the access hatch, just because it makes it so much easier to access the fuel pump, and you can clean up this whole area, close it up, make it look nice, and yeah. So I'll have this line connected to the evap canister next time. I'll have the connector wired. Well, I'll show you guys how to wire the connector. And maybe I'll just have a cheap fuel pump in just to plug it in. You know, I'll upgrade it. Need a fuel filter to connect to, and yeah, I think that's it. So thanks for watching. Appreciate the views. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. It's appreciated that you guys are watching my stuff. So until next time, you guys have a great day, week. I'll see you again.